is day 3 of my 31-day challenge. And it is a challenge for me to show up for myself and just talk about myself, talk about content that is related to me. And of course, I am diving into my spiritual awakening because that is the biggest thing that has happened, like big in my life, that would be worth sharing. And so, yeah, I'm diving into that. And so this is day 3. And this morning, of course, I got up like I do every morning, talking to my guides, talking to God, talking to my ancestors, talking to my angel guides, like whoever's listening, I'm talking. And I got up this morning, and life can just be so unpredictable. And through the spiritual awakening, I learned that we chose to be here. And so maybe one day this video will get into the hands of the spiritual people who actually have been saying this. And I just wanted to know, like, how did I choose to be here? And how do they know that I chose to be here? Because nobody told me that. And so I have just been questioning. I've been having conversations with my girlfriend about us actually choosing to be here, and why would we choose to repeat the same patterns in the same families, the same cycles and things like that. And yeah, like from each lifetime, I hear that you bring that, whatever it is you believe you didn't finish here, you take it into another lifetime. Like, I just want to be on the committee to change that. Yeah, to change that. I want to be on the new life committee. I want to be on a committee that says whoever does not want to repeat cycles and patterns with the same people, raise your hand. Right? Like, we don't have to if we're sovereign spirits and we can do what we want, right? Like, did you learn the lesson? Cause and what kind of lessons? I got questions. I get up and I question God all the time. It's so beautiful because when I do question, I get the answers. And one of the things I have been questioning is, how do I know there's no empirical evidence that shows that I wanted to be here? Where is it? So I want to know that. Like, how do you know I chose to be here? Yeah, I've been thinking about that. What do you think about that? Do you think that you chose to be here? You chose your family. Is that something that you can wrap your mind around? That you chose your family, you chose your siblings, you chose your parents. I do believe I read that some time ago about children choosing their parents. But I know there are a lot of children that may beg to differ based on their experience with their parents. And that's truth. That's their truth. That's honorable to me. Like, if your parents were like a piece of shit, that, well, how could you have chosen that? And what would be the reason, that you have chosen that? So those are the things that I have questions to God about, like when I'm doing investigations and when I'm listening, and yeah, listening to a lot of the thought leaders and channelers and lots of people, that are out there saying this. So, what do you think about that? Yeah, leave a comment. I'm really starting this challenge so that I'm challenging you as well to leave a comment if it's something that you can help with in terms of understanding, and not in a religious sense, not in the sense of how we were conditioned, which is I was conditioned through Christianity. I'm not sure about someone else, but I was conditioned through Christianity. So, yeah, I don't want to hear it. Well, we can have a conversation about it, but I am definitely not listening to or subscribing to any Christianity. I'm just not. This is not about religion or anything like that. This is about going inside. This is about spirituality, like your spirit, your soul, like who you really, really are when you detach from your ego. When we go to sleep at night, like, who are we? When we transition to the other side, who are we? Because everything else, your ego's gone then. So that's the That's the connection that I have found through this spiritual awakening, is going on the inside of myself. And lots of lots of lots of beliefs and things that actually traumas that I buried are being revealed to even me. When you bury things and you put them out of your mind, they don't go anywhere, but you are really telling yourself that they're not there. You have buried them so deep that, in your subconscious, that they don't exist. But at some point, maybe through, whatever practices you have or whatever method that is being used to be revealed to you, or to reveal this information to you, because that's what happened to me. It happened in the middle of the night. So lots of shadows are coming forth. One of the shadows that I live with is fear, and I have for a long time. Now, I'm not, I am understanding that I can embrace the fear actually, and alchemize it, use it. Don't just like try to get rid of it or resist it, because what you resist persists. My mother used to say that all the time. What you resist persists. So it's kind of sort of, you like, I don't want to acknowledge any, or I don't want to not acknowledge any part of me. Every part of me is important. The fear, the doubt, the shame, all of the shadows, those things are important. And so I choose to acknowledge them today. It is, it's pretty funny standing in the mirror and doing shadow work. However, I have been helping people all of my life and really serving humanity in a huge way, and being the alchemist that I am. I have been turning lead into gold for people and for communities in my entire career. And so I didn't know I was an alchemist, but I know I am a divine alchemist now. I do know that. And so having that awareness and understanding about myself just gives me the power and the courage to face my fears and take a look at where they were born, the origin of them. And it really takes you being truthful to yourself, like really just doing the work. And when you are in a relationship of any kind with any person, those things will come up, shadows will come up, right? They will. And what makes it so important, or at least it did for me, like in a relationship, if those shadows are coming up for you to learn and discover new things about yourself, then that relationship actually, even if it lasted or it didn't, or what happened to it, it still was purposeful, and it is purposeful. And so, yeah, but you can actually, through the relationships of your family is where most of these shadows and triggers will come. They will, good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter, because that's your primary click. And that's the click that you've been rolling with, you know what I mean? Until you get to a point where that click maybe not works for you anymore. So, yeah. Well, this was a good conversation. I just wanted to say, drop in. This is my day number 3. I am so grateful I did show up today. And I hope that this information is helpful to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, right? Hit the like button, subscribe button, and comment. You are here for a purpose, and thank you for cheering me on. Thank you for rooting for me. I am always rooting for you too. I love you so much. Peace and love.